But I mean, you talked about the spaces. It's no secret. You're big on social media. What's your view being part of like not only a wrestler but part of the IWC? Because again, you've been in a lot of spaces. You're on X. What's it like being like? Do you take anything that the IWC says to heart? Do you like? What is your kind of perception of the IWC? Because a lot of people like to go on that app and just fucking just talk.
Diarrhea of the mouth is what we
Oh
like to call it.
yeah, um,
Right.
yeah. So like, what's your take on the IWC? Do you try to stay away from it? Are you it? Like, what do you kind of?
This is a good question, Nick. I like that you went there because, to your point, you interact with the IWC on a
Yeah.
level that I don't really see a lot of other wrestlers do because you jump in spaces.
Hmm.
You see wrestling talk happening, and you're like, hold on, let me pull up in here, see what people are chatting about. Sometimes you request a mic, sometimes you just listen. And I don't see that from a lot of other people. So you've definitely got an interesting perspective on this. Go ahead.
I used to just want to because like this is just I use this as even that I'm in the industry. I um I'm still a fan at the end of the day. So like when I'm on spaces, I'm talking as a fan. But people like to try to pull your card of like, you're not in it, you're not a wrestler, or you don't really be around these people. And then when you tell them, and then I used to be one of those people where I used to show everything to them, evidence. See, I've been with this person. See who trained me. See this person. Now I'm at a point where I don't care if you know I'm trained by Cody Rhodes, if you believe it. I don't care if you think I wrestle in GCW and AEW. That don't matter. Lately, you can think I'm just a fan who has a wrestling personality or whatever the case may be. I don't care about that. But I do hear a lot of, I'll give credit because I use this word a lot, and I to my boy Daryl Starks, Mr. Starks from Covalent TV. I saw a lot of fan walkers on the internet, but mostly Twitter and TikTok. It's a lot of those saying egregious stuff out here. Like it's just egregious stuff, and the egregious stuff doesn't stop. But it's just I listen to it and it's be like, sometimes you'll get me though. Like sometimes I'm not gonna lie, you'll get my go. You're raised, baby. You'll get me. Like I want to tell you, I don't really get it. I don't get upset or my favorite one. You know what I love when people say the internet, the IWC is not a real place. It's a real place. It is a real place, but you can't let that place bother your mental because they be saying wild shit. Some of the wild shit I've heard on TikTok is one person said, and I won't name him because I ain't giving him publicity. When somebody said, "Oh yeah, Obafemi's better than Samoa Joe," and I was just like, "You just gotta leave on that." Right today, I was on there and I saw people was talking about is Rey Mysterio generational, and I just be shaking my head. I just be listening and be like, I just be like, brother, you're just talking now. Like, is he
Well,
generation?
well, just to play an honest devil's advocate, counterpoint here. If the person asking the question didn't come up in an era of like Reign of Honor Joe, TNA Joe, they may not know what Joe can really do. If all somebody knows of Rey Mysterio is that he's Dom's daddy from these last few years and he's a deadbeat dad, and they don't know the Lucha Libre, they don't know the ECW, WCW history, these are legitimate questions and takes, because they don't know the era of those guys that we know. You know what I mean? Just to play a
Right,
quick little devil's advocate here.
right. But I don't think they want to know though. I also think they don't want to know.
That's fair too. There's so much
Hmm.
easy access to the footage that they can study on that shit.
Well, when you tell people to study something, it's a whole argument there in of itself. So God forbid people Google something that's going down. God forbid.
You look up a YouTube clip or whatever. I force. I'm not saying I'm not forcing you to look at it, but like, however, bit you look up some old Joe matches or Rey Mysterio matches, like you know, you see. I've like I don't know how to participate. I don't because like I'm a part of it, but I'm not a part of it. I also feel myself as like I'm just a person. I'm not even just a person. I'm an outlier of like I'll be around. Like I keep my ear to the streets of like IWC
Yeah.
because I feel like as a wrestler, you want to see what they talking about. You don't want to just like alienate yourself from like the thing. Most wrestlers don't even do interviews, and like I do interviews, but I do interviews with people I rock with. So I rock with you guys. So I do this interview, and I ain't charging like money because like I could, but like I'm not going to. Like it's just like if I don't want to talk to you, I don't want to talk to you, bro. I'm not gonna force to pay you to interact with you. Um, and so like um, I don't do like most wrestlers do. I'm interact with the people. I interact with the people. But if you, but also this is also what I say to IWC, and you can clip this.
What?
I I don't care how much you think I don't wrestle. I don't care if I've never been on your TV screen on Monday Night Raw or SmackDown. If you've never seen me on Dynamite, I don't care about none of that shit. If you think I'm just some guy on the internet like you guys, fine. That's fantastic. But at the end of the day, you say the wildest shit. You be like, "Whoa, do you wrestle? Oh, you do? I don't believe you." Okay, whatever. What I do care is the funniest thing is people pay attention to where I be at.
Mm.
They be watching what I be doing. You don't and like I hate to bust up people's bubble, but you don't think Cody Rhodes is watching what I'm doing because I'm part of his Nightmare family? You don't think people that I know in AEW is watching my streams or secretly, not publicly, secretly watching the TikTok lives? Shit, one of them will probably watch this interview going back. Like, and but what they don't understand is I got people in the industry, and I use this word a lot because I have to get real. I never really use it, but I got people in the whole. I have people from WWE, TNA, Ring of Honor, I don't know. I don't think New Japan, but like
Yeah.
all the promotions that you would think like that you think of the majors and shit. The watching my stuff. Why? Because they know they want to keep up with me. I'm friends with a lot of people in there, and when I tell people this, they think I'm being an egomaniac or I'm too cocky. No, it's a fact that I know people. I'm friends with Brian Breaker. I'm friends with Roxanne. I'm friends with Kevin Knight. I'm friends with Jay Cargill. Like
Yeah.
the infantry are my homies. Like, and I say this not to brag, this is a fact, but when you try to call me, I'm like, oh, you're lying, you're this. You,
I have no
IWC,
idea.
you people can't tell me who I know, you can't tell me who I am, but you like to tell somebody who they are. You don't know Zilla 52. You don't know this person. How you know? How do you know? Like Andre said, how do you know what I know? You don't know
Exactly.
me.
No, exactly. Like, and that's one of the things that I love about it too. To give you a chance to calm down there from being riled, but like, just as a fan, you know, going to a lot of these shows, going to a lot of these indies, especially like I said back in the day, I was a huge PWG guy back in the day, like '05, '06, '07, like the
Sure.
glory days of PWG. Okay. Seeing El Generico, Kevin Steen, Brian Danielson, all these guys before they made it to the E. And me and my buddies got to know Brian Danielson on such a level that when we went to SummerSlam Access and he was out there doing meet and greets, he saw me and my crew, and he was like, "Hey, where's Jeff at?" And Jeff, my buddy, didn't have the money to get a ticket for that access. He had a ticket for the next one, We pointed at the barricade. We were like, dude, he's right over there waiting for the next session. Dude got off the stage, came down the stairs, went to the barricade, gave my boy a big ass hug because he saw us, knew he was nearby, and went and showed that love. Didn't have to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That just goes to show how, even on a fan's level, you can connect with somebody and they remember you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I think it's important to connect. I really believe in this philosophy of like um it was Cody who told this to me. Um he was like you treat everybody how you wanted to be treated, of course, but like the the treat everybody like it's your friends, right? Treat all the production people like your friends. Get to know everybody, right? He always told me get to know everybody. So like the people behind the cameras, like you name it, knowing whoever, because people want to feel like that's my friend, and like you want to support, like that's the philosophy of like you seen an underground like mixtape guy for like years, and you know him, and you being like certain gatherings. So then when he does make it, when he is on the Today Show and he's on the Tonight Show and he's like having a stream and his stream is going crazy and stuff like that and he's popping off. You'd be like, oh, I remember when we were just chatting about your future career goals, and I remember when you was talking about you wanted to satellite Madison Square Garden, and then you go into like Madison Square Garden or L.A. where you're at, at I don't know, they still call it the Staples Center.
nah, it's now called the Crypto.com Arena.
Okay, so go to the crypto.com arena and like you seeing him there and like he's blown up, he's now a star. But you remember when he was a mixtape artist or when he was SoundCloud and he was only streaming it and like maybe like 2,000 people only knew him, but now millions of people know him. I use that philosophy of like, just like let's say for example, I'm gonna just put this out there, right? Let's say let's say 3 months from now, I get on AEW, right? And I have a match, and I start now. But it's not only just a match; it's like I have a match with MJF and shit, right? I'm beating the hell out of him as I will be doing, talking my shit. I'm having a promo with him. But you gonna remember the time when I was in spaces with y'all talking about, how much I just love MJF, but also the show of Dynamite and Forbidden Door and whatever else we're talking about because you know me. And so it's better when you know me, like you said earlier. You know me. Oh, it's my friend Leroy and stuff. You know, the philosophy I
100%.
use.
100%. You know, and trying to build those relationships now with the new breed of talent. Went to WrestleMania, like I said, and saw a bunch of people over the course of the week. Obviously, saw Jack Cartwheel so many times, right, to the point where dude injured himself at Gringo Loco's World of Lucha show. We saw him like the next day. He's pulling up his X-rays on his phone, showing us his X-rays and shit.
That's Dak for you.
Because we had gotten to get to know him, and then he comes, does an interview with us, shortly after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Right.
But just trying to build those relationships again. You know what I mean, with the new generation of talent.
It's to come to the thing of like connection is real important to me because I always feel like so my thing is like once we're connected, you support me on a lot of stuff. And what the craziest thing is like my mom came she came to she came a lot of times to the Nightmare Factory, but she'd be like, oh, I think she came on the stream one time, and people was like, Mama Nasty this, Mama Nasty that, of like the Janela Zone, and so it became a thing on the Janela Zone where like she was like they loved her coming on the screen and stuff. So And then like the factory people at the Nightmare Factory be like, "Oh, Mommy Nancy, how you doing?" Like it's a whole thing with her. Like, and she act like she don't like it, but she likes it. She likes that a lot of people like to mention her. Um, it's a whole thing, and she loves that shit. So I yeah, when you're connected with people, and it's a cool thing. But also at the same time, like I feel like on the other side of that, they think they can tell you what to do or how to feel. Not even say how to feel, but where to go. Oh, you should go. You should go to. You should go. What I've been told. You should go on the ID program, and you should go on Evolve, and you
Hmm.
know, even it don't matter how old you are, you can still go there. And I was like, I can't go there. People don't understand. I don't think people understand. Like when you watch something different, like I said, I got into independent wrestling because I love independent wrestling because I like DCW, I like Ring of Honor, I like Shimmer. So if I that was if my goal was to go to Ring of Honor in New Japan, what makes you think that'll be in my forecast? Like I like that my friends go over there. I'm happy for them. I ain't gonna never tell you
Yeah.
that like don't have this dream, but like but
Well,
also people
they probably figure that with your connection to Cody that he'd be able to hook it up for you.
it'd be
Yeah.
automatic, right? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. No, I've heard that multiple times. I would tell Cody the only way I would go there, the only true way you could get me there is like it would be like a 6 month deal or a 3 month deal. Where and I only say that because um I would have it would be have to be I would have to be like at first I'm coming out with you as current an American Nightmare babyface fan favorite person, but then also I would want to work a program with you, of course. And if I can't work a program with you, like why should I be there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just me. But